And welcome back into the Battle of Waterloo here as we get set for duel number 6 as the West Delaware Hawks and the Independence Mustangs will go at it here in an area matchup between the Hawks and the Mustangs, getting you set for your final duel of the night before we get out of here and sign off here on KMCH.com. Thanks for joining us here on KMCH.com and our coverage of the Battle of Waterloo, brought to you by all of our sports boosters, all 42 of them, I believe, and our extra sponsors for the Battle of Waterloo, as Gavel and Grain, Julie Smith State Farm Agency in Manchester, Wapsie Valley Creamery, and East Buchanan Telephone. As we get you set it, start this off, it's 2-0 here as the Hawks taking on the Mustangs. As we are underway, Logan Riley up for the Hawks as he's taking on Drew Davis. Taking on Drew Davis. Davis with an early takedown, Riley with an early takedown, and he leads it 2-0 over Davis. The Mustangs are 2-0 to start this day. West Delaware 1-1. As we get you back set, come back to the center of the mat. 1:05 left to go in this first period. And Davis has had a couple good matches so far in this tournament, as he's had a good season so far, as he took 4th at the Independence Tournament, 5th last week at the Mount Vernon Invitational. And here he is as Logan Riley is going to give up an escape and a takedown in a matter of 5 seconds there. So he now trails 3-2.
And Jamie, that was good. That was good movement by Davis. I think Logan Riley just relaxed a little bit and thought he had one, and then Davis came right back and picked up the 2. And got to be careful. He's reaching back. He traps the leg. Might have it. Oh boy. Boy, going to get potentially dangerous right there. Logan Riley coming to a switch. Coming to a switch. I should say. There's a nice stand up. There's a 1-point escape. Looking at comparative scores here. Cobb beat Riley. Davis beat Cobb. And now Riley is tied up here. There's a sweep single by Davis. He's in deep. Hard whizzer by Riley. Boy, you don't want to give up 2 right here. With 2 seconds left. And boy, nice job there by Logan Riley not to give up 2. Davis was in deep on that single. All right. Going to be whose choice will it be? It's going to be Riley's choice. He's going to defer over to Davis. Davis will go down.
Riley's done a great job here in this in that first period, getting the final escape. So nice job there, tying it up 3-3.
And now you just got to go work on top, control hips. There's a switch attempt by Davis and a re-switch attempt by Riley, and Davis is going to clear his hips. So that's going to be a 1-point escape. I think 1 is better than 2 at this point. Logan Riley looking pretty good on his feet, but I tell you what, you gotta continue to wrestle here. Drew Davis is a sophomore. He weighed in at 121. There's a nice snap. There's 2. Takedown. You betcha, right on the edge. Nice takedown. Nice takedown by Logan Riley.
And that's a nice job there by Riley as he gets that takedown. But you can never relax here, especially with Drew Davis on the mat, because he's pretty tough.
Yeah, they're good mat wrestlers, and now there's a tripod stand-up. Nice job, nice 2-on-1 by Riley, and he's going to reach down. He's going to pick up Davis, and Davis is going to try to come to a standing switch. Now he's going to high leg over. Boy, got to be careful here. And he's going to give up 2 at the edge of the mat. Boy, oh boy, give him 1. Get yourself off the mat, give him 1. Now it's a 2-point reversal by Davis. Davis goes up now by a score of 6-5. 1:05 left to go, second period. All right, to action we go here. Logan Riley set, comes with an outside stand-up, turns his body a little bit, and he's going to split the hands. He's going to face Davis, going to pick up 1 point, 6-6 now. A lot of action here, Jamie. This is a good match to lead off. It's going to be very important. This is an important match for both teams to get out to a good start right here.
Yeah, it really is. And, Logan Riley's had a couple tough matches. He's 1-1 on the day. Davis is 2-0. So this is a match, Logan Riley's going to have to really step up and try to win something here. And for Davis, he wants to get the Mustangs on the board early.
There's a single by Davis. He's got the right leg of Riley way up in the air. Riley bouncing on that left leg, working some hand control. Davis is going to try to back trip Riley, and he does. He's going to take him down for 2. Now it's 8-6 in favor of Drew Davis, the sophomore. So what the Independence Mustang, 3 seniors, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 juniors, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 sophomores, and 2 freshmen sprinkled into this lineup. So they have some youth. Coach Mike Doyle has them wrestling very, very well. They were 2-1 yesterday. They're 2-0 today. Nice standing switch by Riley. Let's see if he can pick up. There's got to be 1. Boy, got to be 1 right there at the edge of the mat. Didn't get it. Good scramble by Logan Riley. Good scramble on the edge of the mat. 4 seconds left. Oh, Riley is down. He thought the period was over. Got 4 seconds to try to score 1. There's a stand-up by Riley. Davis reaches down, picks up that left leg, and that's going to do it. It's going to be Riley's choice, and he's going to have to go back down. Got to go down, yes indeed. Some hesitation there by Logan Riley a little bit. I think he thought about going back to his feet. Like to see him score 1. Hard, tight waist with the head lever is Drew Davis. Tight waist with the right, head lever with the left. Now he's going to walk over the back of Logan Riley. He's going to try to come to a short sit. Davis trying to sit up a chicken wing on the right side or on the left side. He's got it locked up. Again, you can't sit around. You can't sit around here and give these Mustangs an opportunity to score points, because they will. And Drew Davis doing a nice job. Logan Riley now up to all 4s. And he's going to hit a standing. He's going to hit a switch on Davis. And Davis has Riley on his back, but it's got him off the edge of the mat. And we got to go back to the center. Boy. Got to go right now on the whistle. Logan Riley up. He's going to hustle back to the center. Going to hustle back to the center, and we're going to get a restart. Nice knee slide by Riley. He's in a short sit position right now. Drew Davis behind both arms. Drew Davis locked up. Riley's going to pick up a penalty point. Let's see if he can continue to score here. 1:01 left to go, and we're going to stop it right here. Riley's going to pick up 1 point for locking hands. 8-7. 8-7. And right back to work. 1 minute now. Nice stand up by Riley. Gets to his legs. Davis reaches down, picks up the single. Well, Riley's been close to escaping. Davis has just dropped in on that single. He's got that leg up. Now he's going to back trip Logan Riley, and Riley's going to spin out of it. Now hard whizzer. Davis takes him off the mat one more time. 8-7. Going to create some action there, stalling against Davis. Well, if you're Logan Riley, you've got to keep moving right here. All right, back to action. There's the whistle. There's the start. Hard, tight waist by Davis, and Riley is belly down. 35 seconds left to go. You got to get up if you are Logan Riley. There's a hard cross-face cradle by Davis. He's got it locked up. He's going to try to take Riley to his back. Riley's going belly down, trying to prevent the cradle. No back points yet, no counting yet. 16 seconds left to go. Riley's got to score 1 to take this to overtime. And we're going to get potentially dangerous right there. No back points. 11 seconds, got to score 1. Got to score 1 if you're Logan Riley. Got to come right back to your feet. Got to work some hand control. What a match this is. We got to get to your feet. Come to a stand-up. And 6 seconds left to go, and Riley did not come to that stand-up. Tried to hit short sit, and that's going to do it. It's going to be 8-7 win by Drew Davis. That's a tough one to lose right there, Jamie. Logan Riley in the match.
But I tell you what, for Logan Riley there, Davis is a good kid, and he comes out and he wrestles a close match with a kid who's beat a kid that Riley got beat too, and I tell you what, a nice job there by Logan Riley, but also you got to give credit to Drew Davis. He did what he needed to do to win that match.
Well, he certainly did. Tough on top. Well, now we'll see if Sam Phillips can pick up his first win of the day. He has had a couple of tough cookies in Jack Cote from West Des Moines Valley and Kaz Ono. Now Sam Phillips is taking on from Independence Erickson Dale. He's got Erickson Dale in a cradle. Could be the fall right there. 22 seconds. Jamie Vaskey, 22 seconds. Tanner Erickson Dale, the freshman from Independence, is going to go down by fall to Sam Phillips. So that's going to put the West Delaware Hawks in the lead, 6-3. And we're going to weight class 132. This looks like another freshman, Peyton Nolting. And you've got a freshman stepping to the mat against Connor Wickman. And Connor Wickman's got to come out and do the same thing. Alburnett up 18-0 on North Scott. Weight class 138. Front headlock by Connor Wickman. He's going to pick up 2. And he is taking on Peyton Nolting. Front headlock, cut the corner on that. Now he's working on a bar. He's got the right arm rolled out. Let's see if he can throw Nolting to his back. He's got Nolting scooped up. He's going to try to put the double spur in. And unless he's going to readjust himself, that's a nice job by Connor Wickman to readjust himself. That could be a short fall right there, Jamie Vaskey. Wickman settling in. Nolting bridging back and forth. Peyton Nolting trying to stay off his back. Wickman has him buried. There's the fall. That's what you like to see. 48 seconds. Connor Wickman winning by fall. The Hawks have to take advantage of all these falls that they can get, because the Independence Mustangs the middle and upper weights are very, very stout. Well, it's all about matchups. 138, moving up to 138. It's either going to be Luke House or Robert Solon. There's a 2-point takedown by House on Bo Vaskey. And House coming right back to work on a butcher, standing butcher, as Vaskey's going to square up House. And Vaskey's now going to try a short sit and trap the leg of House, and House is going to lock up a cradle on Vaskey. Luke House has a cradle locked up on Vaskey, and he's taking Vaskey to his back. And Luke House is picking up some back points. Boy, you don't want to give up a fall right here, Jamie, if you're Bo Vaskey. Luke House is going to pick up 3 as Vaskey breaks the cradle. Vaskey now down 5-0. Luke House coming out like gangbusters. Bo Vaskey has some work to do. Vaskey hustles back to the center of the mat. And there's the reset. There's a hard chop. Vaskey comes with an outside stand-up and a hard, tight waist by Luke House. Luke House is a sophomore for Coach Mike Doyle. And Luke House has Bo Vaskey on his back. This could be a fall. Oh, there's the fall, Jamie Vaskey. Luke House with a fall in 116 over Bo Vaskey. And Vaskey not happy with that one bit. And now we're moving up to weight class 145. And I'll tell you what, that quick lead that West Delaware had is disintegrating in a hurry.
Yep. And now you're going to see top-ranked Chase Straw here for Independence.
And he'll be taking on Riley Ryan. Well, that's a quick takedown by Chase Straw. He's a junior. He is a junior. He goes right to work on a tilt. He's got Riley Ryan tilted for 2. Well, if you're Riley Ryan here, Jamie, you got to stay in good position, you know. You're not favored to win this match. You got to show some heart, courage, and some guts here, you know, to fight. And not get yourself thrown on your back and give up the fall. 1:13 left to go, first period. Chase Straw up 4-0 on Logan Riley. So we're going to get a timeout. Looks like Riley Ryan has some blood, so he's going to have to go to the blood corner. Got some updates on some matches here, Mr. Vasky?
Sure, why not? Waverly Shell Rock leads Pleasant Valley 15-6. Charles City with a 9-0 lead over Cresco. Iowa City West trailing Union 15-12. Osage leads Assumption 11-6. Mason City leading Valley West Des Moines 9-6. Don Bosco leading Cedar Falls 4-0, and Alburnett with a 24-0 lead over North Scott.
The Alburnett Pirates having a good day today, looking like they're on their way to winning that bracket of 4. That would be all the fourth place finishers. 1 point escape by Riley Ryan makes it 4-1. A snap and go behind by Chase Straw makes it 6-1. I'm surprised that Chase Straw is not having a takedown clinic right here, as easy as those first 2 takedowns were. It's getting Riley Ryan out of position. West Delaware up 12-9. Independence making a comeback. Weight class 145 after seeing very few falls in the first 2 duels. This thing has kind of turned into a pin-a-thon. Half Nelson now by Straw. Inside wrist. Half Nelson on the right, inside wrist on the left. He's cranking Riley Ryan to his back. Could be a fall. 3 seconds left. We'll see if Riley Ryan can bail out of it. That's going to be a 3-point near fall. That's just what you talked about. Being able to fight out of that situation, keeping yourself in good position. We're going to go neutral. Straw up 9-1. And Riley Ryan deferred over to Straw, and Straw said, I'm going to pick neutral. There's an arm drag to a single. Very nice arm drag by Chase Straw. Hard crossface from right to left, right across to the bridge of the nose of Riley Ryan. It's 11-1 now. Chase Straw working on a major decision. The Mustangs will take the, barring any miracles by Riley Ryan here, the Mustangs will take the lead after weight class 145. Then we'll go up to weight class 152 where Elliott Ryan probably will take on Tim Tutton. The Hawks will be favored in these next 3, and then after that the Mustangs will be favored. And this thing may come down to those last 2 weights, 103 and 113. There's an inside wrist by Straw. Nice sit-out turn-in by Ryan. And off the edge of the mat they go. 11-1, 57 seconds left. Riley Ryan showing a little heart and courage. And once again, Jamie, I'm surprised that Chase Straw has not let him up and take them down.
Yeah, as easy as he's made those first 3 takedowns look, you would think he would cut Riley loose and go back to work on his feet, but he's trying to get the pin here for the Mustangs.
56 seconds left to go. There's a stand-up by Riley Ryan, a nice lift and return by Straw. There's a hard crossface from right to left by Straw. Official lets it go. And Straw coming back with that power half Nelson. He's got it dug in on the right side. Riley Ryan's posted. He clears pulls the power half Nelson off, and Chase Straw just very physical on top right now. There's a cross-face cradle by Chase Straw, and he's going to lock it up. 25 seconds left to go. He's got Riley Ryan on his back. Probably will not get the fall here as Riley Ryan's keeping that left shoulder up. Chase Straw trying to readjust that cross-face cradle. 9 seconds left. Riley Ryan trying to keep that left shoulder off the mat. Chase Straw doing a nice job tightening up, pinching his elbows together, and that's going to do it for the second period. 3-point near fall, making the score 14-1. It's going to be Ryan's choice. He's got to defer.
Top.
He's going to take top. He'll take top. Chase Straw is going to get set. And there's the whistle. There's a 1-point stand up by Straw. It's 15-1 now. Riley Ryan has not been able to dent the armor of Chase Straw. Jamie Riley Ryan is he's wrestling 145. I think he's a little undersized for this weight. And a couple times during the course of today, he's been in some moves where, maybe not quite enough strength to finish the move. Potentially dangerous right there as Chase Straw had a head and arm. 1:32 left to go. 15-1. Chase Straw working the head. That's going to be a 2-point takedown. That's going to be at a tech fall. 17-1, a tech fall by Chase Straw. That'll give the Mustangs 5, and it's 14-12 now. Chase Straw looking for the fall, not getting it. And I guess Riley Ryan getting the job done for the Hawks there, Jamie.
Yeah, the Mustangs are going to take a lead here, 14-12, but, Riley Ryan not giving up the fall is going to be big for the Hawks. Nice. Tell you what, I'm just impressed with Chase Straw. I have been, the last couple of years, but he looked pretty good right there.
Well, this is another really good sophomore for Independence. This is Elliott Ryan, and he's taking on Tim Tutton. Elliott Ryan, long, tall, skinny, 152-pounder, and he's doing a good job using that length right now to keep Tim Tutton at bay. Tim Tutton, the senior from West Delaware. Elliott Ryan, the sophomore from Independence. As Jamie said, 14-12 now is our dual meet score. There's an ankle pick. There's a high crotch attempt by Ryan. He's in deep, cuts across to single, gets that leg up quickly, picks up a 2-point takedown. Tutton tries to roll out of it. Got to be real careful right here for Tim Tutton. Reaches back and grabs that left leg. Now Ryan's going to latch onto a cradle. He's got a tough cradle. We saw that in the match against Valley. He's got Tim Tutton locked up in a outside, far side cradle. Tutton trying to break the grip of Ryan. Ryan trying to dump Tutton to his back. Tutton trying to hook. Tutton trying to post. He's going to go over the top and hook a leg in. Picked up 2. No point change. No points. It still should be 2-0 still. I think referee gave Tim Tutton 2 and then waved it off. I'll tell you what, if you're Tim Tutton, you got to work hand control underneath when you're wrestling a cradler.
Yeah, you really do. And now they're going to wipe those 2 points off for Tutton, but you got to get up and clear your arms.
Good hand control by Tim Tutton. A hard crossface now by Ryan. I'll tell you what, he's bending Tim Tutton in half right now. He's going to curl Tim Tutton up with that crossface. He's got to reach up and pull that crossface off as Davis locked up that, Elliott Ryan locked up that crossface cradle one more time. He's going to cut across the back and he's going to pick up 2 near fall. No, he's not going to pick up 2 near fall. Boy, oh boy, that was close. Tim Tutton's going to take neutral on this fine sophomore from Independence. I'll tell you what, he's a cradle machine. And you've got to, he's got a nice shot. Came with that outside single, high crotch shot, and quickly pulled his head back to the inside of Tim Tutton. Tutton's really got to work. Good hand control. Good hand control by Elliott Ryan. Tutton's got to clear those arms and attack low level. Elliott again working inside position. Tim Tutton with a collar tie with the right. There's that sweep single by Ryan. Tim Tutton drops in on a single too far away. He's got his head down. Elliott Ryan up on top, and we're going to get a stalemate. And we've got some blood. Somebody's got some blood. Elliott Ryan with some blood. So he's going to have to go over to the blood corner. So good match here. Tim Tutton against Elliott Ryan. 19-16, Waverly Shell Rock up on Pleasant Valley. Waverly Shell Rock trying to go 6-0. Pleasant Valley standing in their way. Pleasant Valley 5-0. Both teams are 5-0. Over on the far side, it's 9-0 in favor of Charles City over Crestwood. All right, got the blood, got a piece of cotton in the nose. And we're going back to work, neutral. Coach Doyle offering his man some instruction. Independence 2-1 yesterday, as was West Delaware. Independence 2-0 today. West Delaware 1-1. Union up now 24-12 on the Trojans from Iowa City West. All right, Tim Tutton trying to shoot a high crotch on Ryan. Nice job there by Ryan to back out of it. That was a good quick shot by Tim Tutton. Now an over and under by Tutton. Short drag by Tutton. Tries to attack that leg of Elliott Ryan. Jamie, I'm impressed with this sophomore from Independence.
He's going to get another takedown. I tell you, you're right. He's done a great job so far in this match on his feet, and his cradle is outstanding. We've seen him lock it up on Tutton a couple times now, so he's tough.
Tim Tutton's going to have to come to a quick stand-up. And boy, you can't stay down on all fours. Here comes that hard crossface from Davis, and I'll tell you what, he's got that cradle locked up. And Tim Tutton is not peeling that lock off at all. Tutton's going to try to roll out of the cradle. Davis has that in tight. Ryan has that cradle locked up tight. Has that cradle locked up tight and he's going to pick up 2 on the near fall. And I'm not sure what happened there. Tim Tutton tried to roll underneath of Elliott Ryan. And Ryan's got bruised ribs or bruised something. So we're going to have to take a short injury timeout right there as they attend to Elliott Ryan. He leads now 7-0. Kind of like wrestling Don Bosco, Jamie. When you know you're wrestling cradlers, you got to work that hand control, keep that head up, and get back to your feet on the whistle. A lot of times that's easier said than done. Over on the far side, it's 9-9 with West Des Moines Valley and Mason City at weight class 145. A little injury timeout for the sophomore from Independence, Elliott Ryan. Tim Tutton's got some work to do. Independence up 14-12. Independence up 14-12 at weight class 152. Started weight class 120. We're going to end with weight class 113. Short sit by Tim Tutton. Now he's to his feet. That's a better job right there, Jamie. Tim Tutton now with an over and under. I'll see if he can turn this into 2. He's got Elliott Ryan down on the mat. 7-1 now. Elliott Ryan in that staggered stance, keeping his hands down. Doing a good job keeping his hands low, protecting his legs, and controlling those hands of Tim Tutton. 10 seconds left to go in the second period. And we're going to go to the third period with Tim Tutton down by a score of 7-1. I'm not sure whose choice it's going to be. It's going to be Elliott Ryan's choice. He's going to go down. 35-6, the Albernet Pirates up on the North Scott Lancers. So Albernet losing 2 duels yesterday, and they're coming back today here, and looks like they're going to win 3. Short sit out, stand up by Elliott Ryan. Tim Tutton with a tight waist. Got to take him back down to the mat, takes him down to all fours. Tight waist by Tutton now, head lever. Tight waist on the right, head lever on the left. Doing a nice job trapping that, trying to set up a chicken wing off of it. Ryan based out on all fours. And they're going to find the edge of the mat. So back to the center we go. There's the set, there's the whistle. And a stand up by Ryan, and boy, he escaped. That looked pretty easy.
Sure did.
It looked real easy, didn't it? 8-1 now. So the sophomore from Independence has to be looking for bonus points right now. Tim Tutton has got to try to close the gap here. These two teams will meet again on January 30th, 2 days before the Walmack meet. There's a front headlock by Tim Tutton. Let's see if he can cut the corner. Ryan doing a nice job controlling that right elbow of Tim Tutton. Tutton not able to cut the edge, not able to cut the corner. And Elliott Ryan down, gets set. Now they're neutral. Our official are going to set them both down, and we're neutral. Back to action we go. Good hand fighting by both wrestlers here. The difference in the match has been a takedown and a couple of cradles by the sophomore from Independence. Tim Tutton now working the head. There's a nice single by Tutton. He's in deep. Let's see if he can score. He's got that eight. He's going to back trip. There's a nice takedown right there, Jamie. That's picture perfect.
That was, and that's sometimes you wish Timmy Tutton would do that a little earlier in a match. As opposed to 25 seconds left in the third period. So, he's going to lose this match, but right now it's 8-3. He's got 10 seconds left. So, Hawks have got to get going here.
Well, he's going to learn a lot. By that. That's a solid win by the sophomore Elliott Ryan. That gives them 3 more points. That puts the Mustangs up 17-12. Well, that's just a good match there. A good cradle. And again, when those two meet again, you're going to have to really fight, really scrap, really battle. And Elliott Ryan will have to continue to do the same thing, staying tough on top, making a couple of takedowns count. Weight class 160 now. We've got Jake Voss taking on Nick Holt. Another one of those very good sophomores that Coach Mike Doyle has at Independence. Jake Voss 1-1 on the day, a win against West Des Moines Valley. And a very hard-fought loss against Andrew Bartle from Mason City, Mason City, the Mohawks from Mason City. .139. We saw Holt, short and stocky, put together for a sophomore. Tell you what, they're just doing a nice job keeping the Hawks at bay with their hands. They're controlling wrists, working the head. Jake Voss with a nice snap and spin. That's going to be 2. Tell you what, doesn't get any better than that right there by Jake Voss. That's a snap and a quick spin. Picked up 2. Now goes up by a score of 2-0. We're at weight class 160. Short sit turn in by Holt. He reaches around and grabs the right leg of Jake Voss, and I think Voss is going to turn that into a wing. If he can scoop that right arm, he's got a bulldog, or he's got a ball and chain with the left. He's going to try to scoop that wing. Holt latches onto the right leg of Voss. I think Voss could curl him up in a cradle or wing that right arm up. He's trying to. He's got a wing now. Let's see if he can turn Holt to his back. We'll try to pick up some back points here. As Holt goes belly down, Voss now is going to try to keep him going to his back. Holt's going to get up on all fours. We're off the edge of the mat. Maybe we'll get a restart. Holt's going to continue wrestling, and the official's going to let him wrestle right there. 17 seconds left. And off the edge of the mat they go.
Tell you what, there's a national champion in the state of Iowa tonight. The Grandview Vikings won the, NAIA?
NAIA.
They won the championship down in Atlanta tonight. So
what was the score on that?
I don't know for sure.
That program is only 5 years old, Jamie. They started that program from scratch 5 years ago. Coach Woodley has done a tremendous job there taking over that program. And there's some area kids playing football down there doing an outstanding job. So Grandview Vikings, not only do they have an outstanding football program, they've got an outstanding wrestling program, and there are some area wrestlers wrestling for area wrestlers wrestling for Coach Nick Mitchell, and he's doing a fine job. They are the NAIA wrestling champions also, and they are currently ranked number 1 in NAIA. So Tell you what, they've got it going. And that is a little gold mine down there. Great location on the east side of Des Moines. They've got a wealth of talent to choose from. They're NAIA, so they offer a little bit of money to their athletes. And it's just a great atmosphere. I'm speaking from experience because daughter number 2 is there as a junior. So loving every bit of it. All right, back to neutral we go. Nick Holt, this scrappy sophomore, chose neutral. Jake Voss now trying to go back to work on the head of this scrappy sophomore. There's a throw by Voss. He's going to pick up 2. That's Jake Voss at his finest. Spiral right now by Voss. He's going to try to trap that right arm. And the Hawks would like some bonus points right here. They're down by 5. I'm telling you what, these Mustangs are scrappy.
They are, and you know we talked about that before this duel started. They weren't going to go down without a fight. You know they've kind of taken their lumps against the Hawks the last couple of years, and they're not gonna come out here and just lie down this year.
Yeah, they want to turn the tide. 17-12 is our dual meet score. Jake Voss up on top, only 4-0 as the sophomore from Independence, Nick Holt, is doing his best to try to stay off his back. Voss with an inside wrist on the right, trying to roll that out to a bar. And now we're going to get stalling against Holt, going belly down. And Jake Voss sensing a little bit of frustration, and that is very difficult. Jamie, if you're up on top and the bottom guy's just stalling.
Yep, it is, because you could try everything you could try everything in your powers, but if he's basing out, there's not a whole lot you can do.
Voss now with an inside wrist on the left, trying to roll it to a bar, and we're going to get the end of the second period, and it's 4-0. Voss is going to go down to start the third, trying to score some points. Nick Holt, 161 pounds weighing in today. And Voss will go down. There's a stand-up. Holt trying to set up a cradle. I'll tell you what, that's good work by the senior from West Delaware. Throw by attempt by Voss. Tell you what, he's ratcheted up the intensity right here in this third period. Voss's second match of the day. I think he got a 4-foot against Valley, then picked up a tough loss. Tough loss against, there's Voss now. See if he's going to let him up again. Going to cut him loose again. 1:27 left to go. Voss gives Holt, there's a 1-point escape. It's 7-1. Voss trying to work extra points here. That's the top-ranked Voss in Class 2A at 160. Voss now with a snatch, high crotch. He's going to try to lift Holt up. That's a 2-point takedown. That's a great shot. It's now 9-1. See if he tries to turn him, if he tries to cut him. Coach Jeff Voss out of his seat, offering some instruction right here. 1 minute left to go in this match. 9-1 lead by Jake Voss, and again Holt going belly down. They're stalling against Holt. Voss is going to pick up a point, making it 11-1. Now Voss with a power half Nelson, and you can see the whole idea here of Holt. He's just trying to stay off his back. And Jamie, that's got to be stalling again, I would think. Holt's belly down. Voss is up on top. Your head's down. Your belly down. Your head's down. Now we're going to get stalling against Jake Voss. He's going to call stalling against Jake Voss. Go figure on that.
He was riding parallel. I mean, he was working the wrist, but I think he stayed inside the hips. And Holt's just fighting off everything Voss has to do, but
Well, the Hawks are going to pick up 4 here. It's going to be 17-16 going to weight class 170. Voss with an inside wrist and a half, trying to crank Holt over, and that's going to do it. 10-1 major. Jake Voss, 10-1 major. It's going to be 17-16. We're going to weight class 170. And I think Independence is going to send Zach Kramer to the mat. Let's check it out on our scoreboard. It's a nice thing they put that scoreboard up. Brett Lammers taking on Zach Kramer. He is a senior, one of the 3 seniors. So this will be a scrappy match. This will be a scrappy match right here for Brett Lammers. Zach Kramer, very physical upper body. So this will not be this is kind of one of those toss-up matches, Jamie Vasky. Don't know much about Zach Kramer. The Hawks need a win. At 182, Kyle Fank will be favored against Coy Russell, 195. That will be a toss-up match with Scotty Taylor. I'm not sure who, Coach Doyle, they got 395-pounders. One of them will bump up to wrestle. 220. One of them, and 220, probably Brett Bowers will jump up to wrestle 285, and Richie Heverin. 0-0, 55 seconds left to go. Brett Lammers, long double, switches off to a single. He's got Kramer up. That's going to be a 2-point takedown. Boy, that's nice work by Brett Lammers. Nice work. Nice work by Brett Lammers. Got in deep. Took a long double shot. The thing that he did is he didn't mess around. He switched off to a single and then kept running it. Now he's working on that bar. He's got an inside wrist on the right. He's trying to roll that out to a bar and doing a very nice job with it. Nice ride by Lammers. He's got that arm out to a bar. I was going to try to thread the needle there. And we're going to get potentially dangerous. Good physical ride there, Jamie.
It was, and that's what you want to see out of Brent Lammers is getting on top and really working to get that fall because, like you mentioned, Independence is going to be favored next match for sure with Kyle Fank coming up for the Mustangs. And I tell you what, he's a good wrestler.
Pinner.
He is
and
a pinner.
He's a pinner. So the Hawks are going to need Hawks will have their work cut out for them. That's a nice job by Lammers. Riding, physical, again, is only up 2-0. And Lammers will choose down. Kramer deferred over to Lammers. Lammers will choose down. And Kramer's going to ride the left side. There's a hard chop by Kramer's. Lammers tries to come to a switch. And Kramer jumps sides, chops with the left, or tight waist now with the left, chops with the right. Over in front of us, Osage and Assumption going on at it. It's 19-11. 19-11, and I'm not sure who's leading that duel. Try to pick up on the leg bands if we can. Crossbody ride by Kramer. He's going to try to turn Lammers with a power half Nelson. He's got both legs in. Lammers has got to try to work back to his feet. We're going to get a full Nelson. Now we're going to get a figure four. Going to get a figure four on the body of Brett Lammers. So that's going to be a penalty against Kramer. So Lammers will go up now by a score of 3-0. Nice stand up by Lammers. He's to his feet. Now he's got to fight some hands. There's a lift by Kramer. Lammers comes right back out. Short sit, turn in. And Kramer's going to try to throw the legs back in. Lammers is going to try to stack him up. Oh boy, could have scooped that arm and threw him right to his back right there, Jamie. Missed it.
Yeah, he did. And I tell you what, he just about caught him on his back as it was. So nice job there by Brent Lammers picking up the 2-point reversal. And now he's going to catch Kramer on it. Just about caught Kramer on his back again.
Well, a fall right here would be huge. 17-16 in favor of the Mustangs. Lammers is going to roll through. He's got a tilt. He's got Kramer in a tilt, tight waist tilt. Got to be careful that you don't pin yourself. 1,001 count. Our officials down looking close. Lammer's underneath in quite a predicament. Well, he's got very,
time to try something different here.
Yes, indeed. As he's going to come out of here, this is going to be a scramble position with 10 seconds left. He's going to hang on to that right leg of Zach Kramer. He did not get the 2 count for that tilt. It's going to be Kramer's choice, third period. And let's see where Zach Kramer decides to go, and he's going to go up. Albernet up 44-29. They're wrestling their last match. So they will be the champs of the 4th place bracket, going 3-0 today. Short sit out turn in by Brett Lammers. And a hard tight waist by Zach Kramer. Takes Lammers right back down to his belly. So he's got some work to do. Hard crossface now from right to left. Lammers gets his hips up. Great position by Lammers. Got to be careful. You don't want to get cradled. Kramer has Lammers locked up in a cradle right now, but way out of position. Lammers is going to latch on to the right leg of Zach Kramer. Boy, you don't want to go over here. Kramer's trying to scoot around the head of Brett Lammers. Lammers is going to, we're going to get a stalemate. Well, look like Lammers might have been able to score 2 out of that. Kramer tough on top, giving Brett Lammers some fits here. Let's see Brett Lammers come right back to his feet. There's a switch attempt by Lammers. Counter nicely with the tight waist, far ankle by Kramer. Kramer now climbs the body of Lammers. Comes with a hard crossface from right to left, trying to set up that crossface cradle. Now we're going to get stalling on Lammers. Hard crossface by Zach Kramer. I'll tell you what, you got to reach up and peel that crossface off. Kramer's going to try to set up that crossface cradle on Lammers. Lammers trying to stay long. Now Lammers peels that crossface off. Now he's going to latch on to the leg. Let's see if he can turn this into 2. See if he can reach up and grab the head of Zach Kramer and pick up 2 off of it. Power half Nelson now on the left side by Kramer. And Brett Lammers has to be careful here. You don't want to get turned to your back. See if he can wiggle his way out of it, pull his head up, and shake Kramer down. 27 seconds left to go and pick up a 2-point reversal off of it, or maybe more. Maybe he's going to try to stack Zach Kramer up. 19 seconds left to go. Brett Lammers trying to pull his head out. Kramer's going to throw his body back on and throw a cross body right in. And it's going to be a 5-0 win by Brett Lammers. That's going to be a 5-0 win by Brett Lammers, so the Hawks will go up 19-17, and they will move to a weight class in which they will not be favored. Corey Russell taking on Kyle Fank. I think it's been about 8 years or so that Independence has had a Fank in the lineup.
It seems that way. Of course, his older brother wrestling out in Vegas right now for the Wartburg Knights, so good family tradition there for the Fanks.
Yes, indeed. And Ronnie Fank, one of the better officials, he's retired his whistle to watch his boys, and has not wrestled, has not officiated. I think he still keeps his license up, but he has not officiated very much at all. Trying to watch the boys wrestle. Give him credit for that. Front headlock by Corey Russell. Fank came in on a long shot. Front headlock by Russell. Fank's going to re-drag it. Now Fank's going to cut across to a single. He's going to dump Corey Russell on his backside and cover the hips and pick up a 2-point takedown. Waverly Shell Rock up 26-13 on Pleasant Valley. So Waverly Shell Rock flexing their muscles here a little bit against the Spartans from Pleasant Valley. Look at that radar. I'm not sure that Pleasant Valley or Assumption are going to make it home tonight, Jamie. They're going to drive right into the meat of that, snowstorm tonight. All right. Coy Russell set. Kyle Fank set. There's the whistle. Hard chop by Fank. Russell base out. Tight waist by Fank. I'll tell you what, he is. We talked about that on the way down, Jamie. Somebody knowing how to use their leverage. And Kyle Fank really knows how to use that length of leverage.
He really does. I tell you what, this is a situation here, we all get along here between West It's kind of it can be a heated rivalry. Sometimes it can't be, but Coy Russell's got the same mentality here that, let's say, a Nick Holt had, is main objective not to get pinned. So you don't want to see the Indy coaches getting too upset if Coy Russell does a little basing out here.
Well, and right now he's burning some clock time. Kyle Fank's got a leg in, and he's going to pick up a 2-point near fall, but he used a lot of clock time right there. Coy Russell doing a nice job, just giving up 2. 27-24, Weston Union going at it. It's 19-11. 19-14 now, Assumption leading Osage. All right, first period over. Fank takes a 4-0 lead. Fank will choose down. And Coy Russell will ride on top. It looks like he will ride the right side of Kyle Fank. There's Fank now coming to a stand-up. And there's a switch. There's a 2-point reversal. There's a 2-point reversal by Fank. He goes up 6. That might have been the win right there. Union's going to get a fall right there and go up 30-27 now. Coy Russell giving up a 2-point reversal on that switch, making the score now 6-0. Fank now with the cross body right in. He's got a figure 4, a high figure 4 in that thigh of Coy Russell, and he's going to tilt Russell to his back. Boy, just went to that hard cross face from left shoulder to right shoulder. Fank now trying to readjust. He's going to pick up 3. Making the score now 9-0. Russell tries to roll out of it. And Fank keeps that high thigh right in with a power half Nelson. And Russell's going to have to protect. I'll tell you what, that's a lot of leverage by the senior from Independence. Power half Nelson. Got the leg in, power half Nelson. He dumped Russell right over to his side. He's going to try to curl him up. Might be a fall right here, Jamie. We talked about Fank being able to pin people, and he's in deep right now. He's got that half Nelson in deep, and he's going to kick off the legs. Coy Russell trying to get his chest back down, and he does. Fank continuing to throw that half Nelson, and now he's got an inside wrist. There's the fall. So that was a short-lived lead by West Delaware. It's now 23-19 after weight class 182. Kyle Fank with a fall, using that leverage. And he is tough.
He is, and now the Hawks trail at 19. They have 23-19. Independence with the lead. We're going to see Scott Taylor up now for the Hawks against Nolan McMillan. Matt McMillan, excuse me. Matt McMillan.
Scott Taylor will have to get a little bit offensive here. Jamie, we know McMillan is offensive. Again, another good sophomore. Scott Taylor will really have to wrestle here. And to win would cut that lead. This thing could come down to those last couple of matches. 23-19 in favor of the Mustangs. And the ability of the Mustangs to score some points via fall has been the difference. There's a throw by right there by McMillan. Nicely countered by Scott Taylor. Yeah, we know Scott Taylor's got a good defense. Well, he's got to work on an offense to score some points from his feet. He can counter some shots, and he's kind of dependent on that. He's dependent on that defense to score some offensive points from his feet. 23-19 is our dual meet score. Over on the far side, Valley up 24-15. Maybe that's Mason City up. We'll check that. It's weight class 195. We'll check and see how they post
City's
that.
up.
Mason City's up 24-21. So that could be you said it's all about matchups. West Delaware Hawks losing to the Valley Tigers and beating Mason City. Now Mason City beating the Valley Tigers. And right now the Independence Mustangs leading the West Delaware Hawks 23-19. 12 seconds left to go, first period.
Tell you what, Mason City, well, I guess, if they knock off Valley would be, or I guess if West Delaware beats Independence, then you've got 3 teams at 2-1.
Yes, you do. I don't know how you settle that. Flip a coin.
We won't stick around to find
we will
out.
Not.
We'll let them do it.
There's a stand-up by McMillan, and Taylor runs him off the edge of the mat. Scott Taylor needs to find a breakdown here. Needs to find a breakdown here and keep this young sophomore, Matt McMillan, to the mat. There's a 1-point escape by McMillan. Now we're going back to our feet. Very physical sophomore. And these Independence Mustangs are not backing down. There's no intimidation at all. They're thinking this is the year that they're going to beat the Hawks, and it very well could be. Been a long time coming. I can't remember the last time.
It's been a while.
It has been a while. I know you will look that up before January 30th.
I may not have to. Matt Shannon from Independence does a great job with history of stuff, so he's probably
He probably does it. He probably won't even have to. He probably knows.
Yeah, and I tell you what, he does a pretty good job with all that. When West Delaware and Independence played each other in football this year, he came up with a history of West Delaware versus Independence in football, so I'm sure he's got one for the wrestling team as well.
He's a history buff, and he's good with the facts. There's an ankle pick by McMillan. I'll tell you what, that was a really good ankle pick. As McMillan went to a collar tie on Taylor and caught Scotty Taylor flat-footed, drove across that ankle, picked up the 2-point takedown. Now he's up 3-0. Scott Taylor's got some work to do. There's a hard, tight waist by McMillan. Tight waist by McMillan. Head lever. Now he goes across the face from left field to right field, trying to score some points, maybe with a cradle, maybe with a butcher. Scott Taylor belly down, McMillan up on top. Now McMillan rolling that inside wrist out to a bar. Scott Taylor now back up on all fours, frees that arm. Boy, you got to go. Peel the cross face off and go. McMillan's going to try to circle out in front. 17 seconds left to go, and we're going to go to the third period. And it's going to be warning now against us. Warning against Scott Taylor. McMillan riding parallel. Taylor basing out on all fours. 3 seconds left to go, and it's going to be Scott Taylor's choice to start the third period.
I'm just doing a quick scan around the mats here. Find the head coaches from each of these matches. Coach Voss is pretty comfortable. Coach Jennings down here for Osage, he's slouched in his chair. You look at a lot of these coaches, and then Coach Ryland's over here on the end of the bench. This is a grind, and Coach Voss said that on the coaches' corner this morning. That's why they call it the Battle of Waterloo, because it is a 2-day battle, and these kids are tired, these coaches are tired, but I tell you what, by the end of the day, they're still coaching, though. Coach Voss is over there talking into his recorder right now, and I tell you what, it's a grind here.
McMillan has Scott Taylor on his back. This could be a fall. There's the fall right there. I'll tell you what, that could salt the... That's going to go a long way in salting that match away. That's a good sophomore right there, Matt McMillan. Scott Taylor getting up, and I'm not sure he knows what hit him right there, but a half Nelson. That was a half Nelson. We're up to 2:20 right now. Let's see who the Hawks will send.
It's going to be Will.
Will Winger. And I'm sure this was going to be Lane McMartin. This is going to be Grover. This is Jason Grover. He weighed in at 190.2. He's listed as a 195-pounder. So Will Winger will have the size. He'll have the 30 pounds on him. But the Jason Grover is a junior. Well, it's 29-19 right now. There's a throw by Winger, and he's going to pick up 2. So what, Will Winger could be the surprise here, Jamie, with a fall. That would put the Hawks right back in this thing. And Will Winger, he was the hero the other day. And we'll see if he can do it again here. Again, he's got 30 pounds on McMartin.
This is
Grover. He's got 30 pounds on Grover. Let's see if he can make it pay off. Doing a good job riding the ankle. There's an inside stand-up by Grover. And Wenger doing a good job making himself heavy, and that's exactly what you got to do. And Grover doing a good job underneath, not giving Wenger anything to work with. Boy, a cradle right there. If Wenger could slap a cradle on him. Grover came up with his head down. Will Wenger is just kind of snaky enough to get the job done here. See if he can attack some arms here. It's 29-19. We've got 4 matches left. We'll end this thing at 113. The Hawks need an early Christmas gift here somehow. They're going to pull this win out. There's a stand-up by Grover, and he's going to pick up a 1-point escape there as Wenger got way out of position. So the junior from Independence, there's a throw-by attempt by Wenger, and Grover squares him off. Will Wenger doing a nice job. There's a throw-by Grover, and Wenger squaring him off. 12 seconds left to go. One thing the Mustangs are doing a good job at, Jamie, is controlling the head of the West Delaware Hawks. And we've talked about that a lot, how if you get your head controlled, you're in world of trouble.
Yeah, you really are, and you know that's if you're getting pounded on the head and the hands, and they're tying up your hands and pounding on your head. I tell you what, it makes it very tough to wrestle. So Grover's going to choose down to start the second period. So you know he's going to work here because this is one of those toss-up matches here.
Yeah, there's a knee slide to a stand-up and a 1-point escape for Grover. So we're going back to neutral. So Will Winger now will have his work cut out for him on his feet, giving a lot of straightforward pressure. Grover looks like he's got a throw or two in that singlet as he tried to launch Will Winger off the edge of the mat. Will Winger doing a nice job inside wrist, controlling arms. Grover keeping him at bay right now, pushing him back and forth. Caleb Stack winning by a fall over there against a very good heavyweight from Pleasant Valley, 44-13. And I think Waverly's trying to make a statement here, Jamie. There's a front headlock by Will Winger. Well, I tell you what, he had that front headlock in deep. Now he's got a double. Let's see if he can turn this into points. He's going to cut the corner on Grover. Grover goes to a down block, tries to hit Winger with the go behind. Winger now hanging on to that. Winger hanging on. That could be a fall by Grover. There's the meat. That's what we talked about, Jamie. So, Will Winger usually comes out on top of those. He just got out of position. And you can see it taking place right there, 35-19 now. And we've got 3 matches to go. The Hawks with 3 falls could still win this 37-35, and that's doable. That is doable. It's not going to be easy, but it's doable. Independence has Jacob Wolf, a sophomore, at 106. And right here it's Brett Bowers. He's 219, so giving up a lot of size to Rich Heverin. But we just found out in that last match, size did not matter, as a very lightweight Jason Grover won by a fall over Will Winger. So the Hawks' lead has diminished. It'll be up to Richie Heverin, Austin Howell, and Patrick Woods to settle this thing. If the Hawks pick up a quick fall here, I think Union winning 39-27.
Yep.
Over down, we've got quite a match going on. It's 27-24. Now in favor of Charles City, or excuse me, Valley. Charles City is up 33-12 on Cresco. So Cresco losing, coming into the championship pool, losing 3. .42 seconds left to go. A lot of pushing and shoving right here. Brett Bowers and Richie Heverin. And again, if you're Richie Heverin, boy, you gotta take that weight. You gotta make Brett Bowers carry that weight. Independence coming out of here. They're 2-1. They're 4-1 right now, trying to go 5-1. West Delaware 2-1 yesterday, and close to being 1-2 today, finishing 500, 3-3. And they could drop out of the dual rankings next time they come out, possibly.
They rank 15 teams. So.
Oh, they do? Okay. They will more than likely drop out of top 5.
I would think.
All right, it's going to be Heverin's choice. He's going to choose down. There's Richie Heverin trying to score a move. I tell you what, he's got Bowers on his back. Let's see if he can readjust. He's got Brett Bowers on his back. Richie Heverin does. This thing isn't over yet. Get the fall. Yes. There's the fall. Richie Heverin. It's not over yet. The Hawks are 2 falls away from winning it. Nice job by Richie Heverin. Close the gap 35-25. Now you're going to weight class 106. Austin Howell taking on Jacob Wolf. He's a sophomore. And I think Wolf lost to the Mason City. Oh, there's a fireman's carry by Jacob Wolf. He jumped right in on that fireman's carry. And Austin Howell's trying to go to a front headlock. He gets out of the fireman's carry. Let's see if he can cut the corner. He's got a front headlock. Let's see if he can cut the corner on Jacob Wolf. Wolf again trying to control the elbows. Front headlock by Howell. See if Howell can cut the corner and hit that go behind. He's going to try to snap Wolf down. He's got the head down of Wolf. Wolf doing a nice job applying pressure in. Wolf dives back in on a double. Nice down block by Howell. Let's see if Howell can cut the corner on a Wolf. Yes, he does. He picks up 2. Well, I'll tell you what, Jamie, this would be huge. You pick up a fall right here by Austin Howell. Wolf was beaten by both the Mason City and the Valley 6-pounders. Austin Howell just needs to be patient, break down. Look for a good pinning combination. 47 seconds left to go. Howell readjusts, goes back behind, hard crossface. Maybe a crossface cradle, trying to set up a crossface cradle. He's got a hard crossface. Now he's got to go out in front. He's going out in front. He's trying to set up a butcher on Wolf. Boy, he's got that left arm tied up of Jacob Wolf. Howell gets a little bit high right now. And Wolf is going to try to pull Howell through, and he's got a 2-point reversal. He's got Austin Howell on his back. Howell got high riding. 14 seconds left to go. Howell fighting off his back. The referee slaps a mat. This thing is over. 8 seconds left to go. Austin Howell trying to stay off his back to keep from being pinned. Referee looking close. 2-1. Oh, that's it right there.
They're gonna look at it here real quick. He was raising his arm with 1 second left. I think she's going to give it to him.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, he was raising his arm with 1 second left. Yep.
That's the the fall, and that's the meet.
$159.9.
9999999.
Tell you what, that's
41-25. Patrick Woods now will take on, I believe, Mitch Evans or Colin Fischels. We'll see who they throw
Mitch
out.
Evans.
It's Mitch Evans. So we'll see what happens here. I'll tell you what, no magic in the singlet of the West Delaware Hawks tonight, Jamie.
No.
And Mitch Evans is not a slouch either, but Patrick Woods is going to slap him on his back and pick up the 2 and pick up some back points. Let's see if he picked up 2 off of that. And it's 4-0 lead for Patrick Woods. 1:26 left to go, and Woods doing a number on Evans as he's driving him across the mat with that cross face. Tight waist now on the right, on the left, going to a head lever on the right. Independence will be the winner of the third place pool. Looks like over on the far side it's 33-30. It's 33-30. And they're on their last match with Valley leading.
Evans is going to get called for stalling here, as Evans underneath, not really doing a whole lot, and our official's going to call him for stalling.
Nice tilt by Patrick Woods, got a 1,001 count out of it. Awful close right there. Now Patrick Woods picking up some tilt points. He's picked up 2. (41-25) is the dual meet score, the match score. There's a 2-point tilt, 6-0 now in favor of Patrick Woods with 8 seconds left. And Waverly Shell Rock will be the champions here. They're up 49-13 on Pleasant Valley. Pleasant Valley coming in here highly ranked. That's going to be Woods' choice. He's going to choose down. And Woods will get set. Evans will ride the right side. There's a stand up by Woods. He's going to fight the hands of Evans. Should be stalling against Evans. Referee looking close. Evans not attempting to take Woods down. That's 12 seconds, Jamie. And that's a 1-point escape by Woods. Tell you what, our official let Mitch Evans hang on to that. There's a sweep single by Woods. He's going to attack the left leg. And we got a scramble situation as Evans is latched around. Woods is going to come out the back door. Woods is going to come out the back door. He's in between the legs of Evans. Scramble situation. Got to be careful. You don't want to give up 2 here. We're going to get a stalemate. And Woods will go down. Nope, no, neutral. Neutral, 7-0 lead by Woods. And Evans goes back to work, working the head of Patrick Woods. Woods has been in on a couple nice shots. Front headlock now by Woods. Going to try to hit a go behind. And he latches on. He's got a double. He's going to sit. Take Evans to his backside. Evans is going to lock up around the waist of Patrick Woods. But he still gets 2 anyway. It's 9-0. See if Patrick Woods can shake him off and pick up some back points here. See if he can climb the body of Mitch Evans. Evans hanging on for dear life. Patrick Woods trying to set up a Turk, and we're going to get a stalemate. .38 seconds left, period 2. This would have been nip and tuck if the Hawks would have needed a pin to win this, because Evans is awful scrappy.
Yeah, he is. We knew that coming in, that we're going to have to win some of those matches in between there, and to make this thing close. And we didn't win some of those matches, and we got pinned in some places that the Hawks shouldn't have got pinned in. But you got to give all the credit to Independence here, as they've come out and done exactly what they needed to do. And I tell you what, this is a really good Independence team, and I'm excited to watch these guys the rest of the season, because they're going to be tough. They're going to make some noise this year.
Well, you're exactly right. And next time we see them will be January 4th. Or it might be January 11th at the Benton tournament. wherever that weekend is. It's either the 4th or the 11th. The 11th. Sweep single by Woods. He's got Evans. See if he can take Evans to his back now. There's a 2-point takedown. Half Nelson. Woods is going to try to stack Evans up. Boy, he's got a butcher in. He's going to circle the head. He's got a reverse half Nelson. Now he's going to tee out. Let's see if he can get the fall. Evans trying to block Woods off. Woods is going to try to tee out. Might be a fall now as Woods readjusts himself. Referee down looking close, and Evans is going to roll off his back again. That's going to be a 3-point near fall by Woods. 1:17 left to go. 14-0, and he's going to cut Evans loose. 14-1. Now he needs something to back, feet to back. Front headlock. And that's going to be a 2-point takedown. That's going to do it. 41-30. Technical fall. 16-1 in favor of Patrick Woods. That still would have been enough, Jamie. If Austin Howell would have got the fall, that still would have been enough. Hawks would have won 36-35. But anyway, Independence wrestling a very fine duel. They've got a very fine dual meet team. They're going to come out of this tournament at 5-1. The Hawks will leave 3-3 with some work to do.
That's right.
But that's what it's about.
Hawks fall tonight 41-30. And, that we knew Independence was going to be a tough duel for us. So, they came out and they did what they needed to do. And I tell you what, it was a pretty good duel between these two teams, and we knew it would be. So I tell you what, we'll go through this here real quick and just about have all my totals added up here as we've got 16. All right, we started this dual meet here tonight at 120 pounds. Logan Riley losing a hard-fought 8-7 match against Drew Davis. That put the Mustangs up 3-0. Sam Phillips with a 22-second fall over Tanner Erickson Dale. Connor Wickman follows with a 48-second fall over Peyton Nolting to make the score 12-3. Bo Vasky was then pinned by Luke House in 116. Riley Ryan losing 17-1, a tech fall to Chase Straw. That made it 14-12 in favor of the Mustangs. Timmy Tutton was then beaten 8-3 against Elliott Ryan, making the score 17-12. Jake Voss with a 10-1 major decision over Nick Holt. That made it 17-16. The Hawks then took the second lead of the night as Brent Lammers winning 5-0 over Zach Kramer. That made it 19-17 in favor of the Hawks, but that didn't last very long. Kyle Fank with a fall over Coy Russell made it 23-19. Scott Taylor losing by fall to Matt McMillan in 4:26. That made it 29-19. Will Wenger losing by fall in 3:05 to Jason Grover, making the score 35-19. Richard Heveron, then pinned Brett Bowers in 2:19. That made it 35-25. Hawks still had hope, but Jacob Wolf from Independence picking up a fall against Austin Howell from West Delaware in 1 minute and 59 seconds. As like we said, with 1 second on the clock, the referee started lifting his hand, and that was it. They got the fall, slapped the mat. So a nice job there by him, and then Patrick Woods with a 16-1 technical fall over Mitch Evans, making our final team score 41-30. Final team, some team stats here. West Delaware with 16 takedowns, Independence with 12, 5 pins for the Mustangs, 3 for the Hawks, 1 tech fall by each team, 1 major decision for West Delaware, 0 for Independence, and Independence wins 8 matches. West Delaware wins 6. So a good duel. We knew it would be, but the Hawks come up short here tonight, 41-30. Well, that's going to do it for us for the 2013 as we sign off for the final time here of this year. We'll be back after the new year. We're going to have some wrestling for you. We'll have that Bent Community Tournament for you. We'll have, I believe, updates from the West Delaware Decorah duel. I believe there's a basketball game that night in the lower gym. We'll be up in the upper gym, so I believe updates of that one. I'll have to check our schedule. You can tune into KMCH to get that. But I tell you what, Roger, it was a good first half of the year. It went too quick, as it always does, but I tell you what, it was fun, and I'm excited for what 2014 has to bring.
Well, as it always does, it's going to go quick. Once you get into January, you've got four weeks of competition, and then you're into tournament time, and that's 3 weeks, and then you got about 7 weeks after the Christmas break, and it goes very, very quickly. You wrestle a lot of matches, you wrestle a lot of meets, your practice time is cut down. So this Christmas break is going to be huge for all the teams involved. The Hawks have some work to do. The Independence Mustangs look very, very good here, going 5-1 like you said. The Hawks going 3-3 in the Battle of Waterloo, and it is a battle and a grind like you said. And I'll tell you what, we'll be anxious to see how 2014 pans out, as there are some very, very good teams. The WAMAC is just going to be a dogfight, and the team's got to stay healthy. The team's got to work on their conditioning, and I'll tell you what, it's going to be exciting.
It certainly will. Well, Roger, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you, as you have your family coming in, the kids and grandkids coming in this week. We'll be busy with ours as well, so we'll be back for wrestling in the second half of the season starting in January. So everybody again, stay safe tonight. If you don't have to travel, please don't, only in an emergency. The Hawkeyes and Penn State, they're going to be on TV in about 15 minutes, so stay home, cuddle up to the remote control, and watch that dual meet, because it's going to be a good one as well. That's going to do it for us. Happy holidays to everyone out there, and for Roger Reed, this is Jamie Vasky saying good night from the Battle of Waterloo. And don't forget, when you tune us in, whether it's on 94.7 or KMCH.com like we were today, and we are great sponsors of the Battle of Waterloo coverage, all of our 42 sports boosters, and along with East Buchanan Telephone, Gavilan Grain, Julie Smith State Farm Agency in Manchester, and the Wapsie Valley Creamery. We appreciate that, and thanks for tuning us in. And when you do tune us in, we'll turn you on to the best wrestling in Eastern Iowa right here on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 and KMCH.com. Good night, everybody.
You've been listening to Area High School Wrestling from KMCH Sports. Your announcers were Jamie Vasky and Roger Reed. Sports Director of KMCH is John Swisher. Station owner is Jim Koloff. Station Manager is Jackie Coates. Program Director of KMCH is Mike Johnson. Sales Manager is Sarah Meyer, along with sales staff Tina Shover and Rhonda Menson. For a complete broadcast schedule and more information about high school sports coverage from KMCH, visit our website at kmch.com and click on the Sports tab or email John at sports@kmch.com. This has been an Area High School Sports presentation of Delaware County Broadcasting Incorporated, KMCH Radio, Manchester, Iowa.